Coding Resource Center tutorial on ICD-10 use. Let me take you through the Coding Resource Center and show you the many features that we've added to ICD-10. Clicking on the ICD-10 tab opens to a home page which is considered to be the ICD-10 Quick Index. That Quick Index that you're looking at contains over 1,400 lines of the most commonly used diagnoses, conditions, circumstances, signs, and symptoms that a foot and ankle specialist could possibly use. We presume that most practices will spend most of their time here rather than having to go to the manual and looking up additional codes. Before we get to the Quick Index, I want to show you a few other features that we've added to the ICD-10 tab. In the table of contents over on the left column, you're going to notice that the first bullet point is the Quick Index. That will default every time you open this up. If you go to, and we'll skip the next one, if you go to the Alphabetic Index and click on it, what you're going to see open up is the entire ICD-10 Alphabetic Index. Every code in ICD-10 is listed here. They're in alphabetical order so that if you're looking for instance, hallux valgus, you would click on H and you'd be opening up the H tab. If you want to find on page, you could type in hallux in the Find on Page search engine, hit the Go button. It'll take you to hallux, and there are the various variations on the hallux theme that you could decide which one you need for that particular patient that you're seeing. If you decide you are going to do hallux valgus acquired, then you could click on the M20.1 dash. It'll take you to the tabular index, right to where hallux valgus acquired is. Now you can check the tabular section and pick out the one that's specific for your patient. Is it hallux valgus acquired right foot? Is it hallux valgus acquired left foot? One of the other features that we've added to the Coding Resource Center, even in the tabular listing, is what we consider to be a character indicator. You'll notice that hallux valgus acquired is a 4-character code, M20.1. Next to it is an indicator saying that you need 5 characters. You find the 5th character by going down and over until you pick the one that is most specific for your patient. These are end-to-end codes, meaning that the entire code is there. That is the valid code that you would bill for ICD-10. So coming back over to the table of contents, you'll notice that we've got the alphabetic index. We automatically were sent to the tabular list, and in between is the external cause of injury index, again the entire index, and this is for information regarding, for instance, the type of accidents, the type of activities, the place of occurrence. If your payer requires this, you will be adding this in order to complete the specificity of the entire circumstance surrounding your patients. We expect that in most cases you will not be using place of occurrence or activity. The payers that we know that will require this, and not all of them even will require it, will be workers' comp, cases where there's a question as to which payer is responsible to pay, whether it was the patient's insurance, or maybe it was the homeowner's insurance, or was it the city that owns the sidewalk, or was it automobile accident insurance. Those cases probably will require the external causes. But in most cases, when you're dealing with commercial payers, they will not. And the government has already said for Medicare and Medicaid, you will not be required to add those additional codes. Going down the list, we also have the complete table of neoplastic codes, just like you have essentially when you're looking at the manual and you're looking up a specific lesion that it could be benign or malignant. Below that, we have the table of drugs and chemicals. We've added the entire ICD-10 guidelines that you can read right in the table of contents. And in addition to that, well, let's get back over to our Quick Index. We've added significant features to help you crosswalk ICD-9 codes to ICD-10, as well as to look up ICD-10 codes themselves. Essentially, if you look at the list that's down here, let's go to abrasion of ankle code. That's S90.51 dash. You know that with the dash on the end, that is not a complete code. That's not a valid code. It needs additional characters. We've made the conversion for you so that you don't have to click on here, be sent to the tabular list to find all the different codes that are options for you. Instead, we decided to put a shortcut for you, so you can just click on that. It'll open up what we term the nth degree code, which is taking the S90.51 that needs a 6th character. We've added the 6th character code options here. Let's say it's right foot. It requires a 7th character, because it says that. We put the 7th character options right above it, so you don't have to go anywhere. So essentially, by just opening up a window right in the same spot, the doctor, the biller, the coder, all can easily find the codes that they're looking for. In addition to that, we added any instructions, any additional code information, any excludes 1 or 2s, notes, everything is right there for S90.51, S90.511, 512, 519. Very convenient. When you're done with it, you just click and it goes away. So that's the show note. That's a new feature that has been recently added to the Coding Resource Center. In addition to this, we added in the library, where we store things, under the ICD-10 documents, a sample ICD-10 diagnostic ticket diagnosis section. Here's the PDF version. This PDF version contains about approximately 140 of the most commonly used diagnoses, conditions, circumstances, signs, or symptoms that a foot and ankle specialist would use. But unlike the 1,400 lines, this would be a daily use form. This is a form that should, for the most part, cover what a generalist as well as a specialist foot and ankle office would need. And the nice thing about this is it's well laid out. You can right-click, save as, put it on your desktop, run some copies, and use it as a cheat sheet. What you're going to notice in here, however, is that you have not only complete codes like dystrophic nails L60.3, but you also have the hyphenated or dashed codes, which means you need additional information. That is the static version, PDF version of a charge ticket diagnosis section. What we also just added for you, because we had people that asked for it, we added a diagnosis ticket that is the very same thing you just saw there. However, this version is active so that you can take the 140 diagnoses and circumstances and conditions, etc. And for dystrophic nail, for instance, you can just click on it. A window opens. There's your code, L60.3. There's all the exclusions that may be involved with that code or instructions. And when you're done, you just close it. You want to go to Ingrown Nail? Click on it. It opens up. One of the things you're going to notice is that Ingrown Nail and dystrophic nail didn't have dashes at the end, which means those are completed codes. Once you've realized and studied the fact that I understand the excludes 2s that go with this, you probably don't even need to open this anymore. Your biller or the doctor will just realize that L60.3 is a complete code, where ecchymosis below it, traumatic, is not a complete code, or ichthyosis congenital, Q80-, click on it. It gives you different options, including needing a 4th character. You have to pick and choose of the 4th character codes, which one is the one that fits your patient. When you're done with that, you just close it. So in a nutshell, that's the ICD-10 tab. One of the other things that you have to understand is there are multiple ways that you can do crosswalks, and crosswalks from ICD-9 to ICD-10. I'm going to run through some very, very quick ones. You can go to the ICD-9 tab, since your diagnosis sheets are generally in ICD-9 right now, and let's say it's abrasion ankle, and it's 916.0. That's your ICD-9 code. You want to convert that to ICD-10. All you do is click on this bracketed ICD-10. A drop-down comes in, and there are your ICD-10 converted codes. You'll notice there's a dash at the end. You'll also notice that if you can click on this, it will take you right to the tabular list. And in the tabular list, it'll take you right to that section. And in that section, you'll see your variations of codes that you're going to be able to use. Very fast, very easy way. In ICD-10 tab, there are multiple ways also to do the crosswalks. But most importantly, I just want to let you know that we also have a crosswalk section up on top here, as well as in the table of contents for both ICD-9 and ICD-10. With those crosswalks, you can just click on that. You can add from your current ICD-9 charge ticket an ICD-9 code, like, for instance, 729.5. Hit go. It will give you your converted ICD-10 codes. Again, you'll notice that because there is a dash at the end of it, you click on that. It'll take you to the tabular list. The tabular list will then give you the options that you need specifically for your patient. Is it lower leg? Is it foot and toes? Pick and choose the one that you're looking for. So that's a summary of our ICD-10 tab and the APMA Coding Resource Center. We think it's very unique. There are no other products that we're aware of that have as complete a section with that kind of information for our members and our subscribers to use. We wish you the best of luck, and thank you very much.